Good morning, everybody. Mike Vacchi, Princetontrader.com, here with your Monday market webcast. All right, hope everybody had a good weekend. We're still on this lower band ride. Bisecting this lower band, 6 sessions, maybe they'll get to the 7th. They're going to have to push down from here. But what I'm noticing is this thin red line is your 50-day exponential moving average. They're trying to stay below it. Your new weekly pivot, 45.65. That 50's coming in right on top of it, 65.25. So this is your 50 simple, but your 50-day exponential is coming right on top of this weekly pivot. It's been resistance all night. So as far as what does everybody need to do on a Monday? Well, for the bears, you got to hold serve down here. You've got to just stay below that weekly pivot. You don't have to do anything glorious. You don't have to take out the 44.92 today. You took out last week's lows on Friday, which is what you needed to do. At some point this week, if the bears are going to continue to progress, they're going to have to take care of the 44.92. But that doesn't necessarily have to be today. What you want to avoid if you're the bears is you want to avoid any kind of a move back up above where they peaked it out Friday after jobs at 46.06.5. You want to hold, ideally, you make this the high of the day. Press down here, and then, just live down here, close down here, and just keep pressure applied to that tape. If you're the bulls, you want to establish weekly pivot as support as quickly as possible. Start to go after the 4,600 area and try to, kind of climb back towards the 9-day, which is sitting right there at 4,600, and see if you can close up above and, make people think, okay, well, you've got your low, you got your higher low. Oh, I've seen this movie before. We took out this high. Well, I don't want to get caught here, and that's when the train starts leaving the station. As far as levels are concerned, volume weighted average price, you got in at 45.53. Hourly mid, 46 and change. We talked about the 50-day exponential at 65. 50-day simples down at 45.40. New weekly pivot also 45.65. So that's going to be important. This 20 handles from 45 to 65 is going to be a big deal. And depending on how that shakes, whoever controls that pocket of price today is ultimately going to win the close, probably. And as we head through the week, it's going to be a situation where do we keep making lower highs? And do we keep making lower lows that correspond with it? If we do, the bears can control the tape. I'm not completely convinced yet that the bears are able to execute this on a consistent basis without some type of consistent, I don't want to say flow of news, I think that's strong, specter of news sitting on top of this tape. And there's plenty to serve that purpose. I'm just not sure if we're ready to steadily go down in a vacuum. For the bulls, they need to hold some key areas of support. They need to take out some people that are sitting on stops, here, certainly here, and here. All these little fail areas, they need to start making runs at them. And you don't necessarily have to knock it out of the park this week if you're the bulls. But ideally, for both sides, just as important, you want to be the side that closes on your side of the weekly pivot by the time we get to Friday. So as far as the trade this morning is concerned, I would expect it to be pretty whippy and choppy in this 20 handle zone. Don't overtrade it today. We're not going to overtrade it today. We came in and, we hit a few longs with jobs, and then we ended up, short around the 90, 94, 95 area. And we just let that work for the majority of the day and took some runners, in the afternoon that were, really big runners. And then we called it a day fairly early on Tuesday. What I would say to our subscribers is, look, the month's already made. We're under no pressure to trade. We're going to trade. But if it starts chopping and whipping, well, then we're going to take a step back. We're going to wait for it to do something, and then we'll trade that. Okay? But take advantage of the position that you're put in now with, all the metrics for the month are hit, and it's December the 6th. We don't need to be over trading. People are chasing performance out there, but that's not us. So if it wants to stay in this box between 55 and 65, then let it stay in the box. I don't think it does, though. I think once we get through the open, somebody's going to make a run at something. All right. Everybody have a fantastic day. Be safe, be healthy, take care. Trade them well. I'll talk to you tomorrow.